Aloha Honolulu, Data here with episode 41 of the Honolulu Huskies Custom Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode, going for an NHL record today, looking to tie the most consecutive Stanley Cups in NHL history. The current record is 5, held by the Montreal Canadiens franchise that they did between the 50s and the 60s. But now in the year 2033, the Honolulu Huskies are here. We have 8 consecutive President's Trophies. We have 4 back-to-back Stanley Cups, and now we are looking for 5 in a row. That fight will start off against the Dallas Stars. In the last episode, we had another great season as always. Great point totals from all the boys. The third line especially really blowing up and doing a great job. For the second year in a row, Pitton scoring 81, Shannon 79, and Perfetti 73. The rest of the team definitely pitching in. Wong, the dish man, with 78 assists. In the goaltending category, Saul Bentley, King Saul, put up 47 wins, 5 shutouts, a pretty good record. Steven Beck, a great backup for us. And all in all, just a really great season. Quinn Hughes, we know that he's going to be gone after this offseason, so we want to try to give him one more cup with us. The rookie Sheldon Marchand, 51 points, 32 goals in his first season. Picked up Brandon Perlini at the trade deadline, etc., etc. And we are ready to go into the playoffs. In the last episode, some comments. My only question really was concerning the penalty kill, which was pretty weak overall last season. Zirzara says a book of a comment, but basically what he says is what's wrong with the penalty kill could be the coaching, because it's not always the overall. You really want to go for the line fit, and then the coach has to have a good penalty kill rating. And he talks about his experience and how when he changed it up, he saw some really great success. So you can pause me that comment if you like, but what I want to go and do here is look at my coaching staff and see who is the weak link when it comes to the penalty kill, because I think our team's pretty solid in terms of the penalty kill. A+, A, and C-. Okay, so if there's anybody to change, it could be the defense here. B, C, B-. If there's anyone to change, maybe it's our goalie coach here, Camille St. Louis. We could change her up to try to get a better goalie coach in terms of penalty kill. So if I go to hire coach and I go to NHL assistant coach and I just look at who has a good penalty kill rating and is also good at teaching and defense. Not many of them are also good at defense, so I guess I won't really be looking for that as much. Who's good at penalty kill and teaching? A+, A+ here. Both these guys are A and B- and are C on defense. So I think this guy's actually optimal right here. Who's this guy? Lincoln Spooner, 62% team fit. That seems probably the guy here. Guy Castonguay, that's 50%. We don't want that. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to try to go for this guy. Let's go for Lincoln Spooner to be our NHL goalie coach. We'll give him a lot of money. It's not his role. He wants to be an assistant coach. So we'll try to give him $721K, offer the contract, and then go fire our goalie coach and see what he says. But it looks like that was all for nothing, because it's not allowing me to fire my coach. I looked at my settings and my roster management, my coaching management is on, the auto was turned off. So I guess maybe you can't hire a coach after the trade deadline. And if that is the case, why do they allow me to go to hire staff? Like after the trade deadline, you can't go to propose trade. So why should I be allowed to go click on hire staff when the trade deadline is already passed? So I could hire a coach if I didn't have one, but I can't fire a coach? Doesn't really make sense. I guess I'm not going to really deal with it too much. Thanks for the comments, Zerzara, even though it seems like I won't be able to fix it for this time. Other comments in the last episode, really great comments. Nice episode yet again. Please continue for that 6th cup. Lava Dogs forever. Thank you, Espen. Data, I love your franchise videos. They help me so much. No problem, Addy. Really appreciate you watching. Mike L18, this series is awesome. Great work as always, bud. Thank you so much for these comments. I just make franchise mode videos because I love doing it and I love just going through it all, but to see you guys enjoying them as well means a lot. And without further ado, it's time to hop into this series. So we're taking on the Dallas Stars. This team is rooted in former Husky blood, as our former captain Mikko Rantanen, an original Honolulu Husky, is on their first line, 84 overall, 36 years old. They also have Peyton Krebs, another former Husky. They have Junior, and they also have Matthew McClellan, who was a 4th round pick from us, of ours, and he played a little bit for us in the NHL. 12 games he played, 7-5-0. His numbers weren't great, and we had 3 goalies, so we had to decide who we were going to keep and move. In his first season as a backup, he did very well, but as a starter, he didn't do so hot. So that's a lot of former Huskies. Also scratched, they have Max Domi, who was a big piece for us back in the day. So the Dallas Stars, they are a good team. Their defense is not very strong. Their offense is definitely there. Aho and Rantanen are monsters. They have great rookie pieces. Dubinsky's 19 years old, 84 overall. Abdelkader's 86. Ty Ronning, ex-Tech legends. Philip Straka, 20 years old, 89 overall, power forward. So they have a very good team in Dallas. And it is going to be, I don't know how difficult it's going to be, to be honest. I don't think we've ever even faced them in a playoff series in this franchise mode. But we will have to make our way through them, as much as it may hurt to have to go through Mikko Rantanen if we want to get to our 5th straight Stanley Cup in franchise history, our 5th overall, and the 5th in a row here in year number 14. So the 62-13-7 Huskies are at home on top of Diamond Head Volcano at Diamond Head Arena, taking on the 42-35-5 Dallas Stars here in the first round. We are ready to go. If it is your first time watching a playoff video from me, then you will see that this video is over an hour long, but who knows, this could be over, I could get swept, and this could be over in 10 minutes, but I make the video go to an hour just of a black screen, oh my goodness, Quinn Hughes, he really wants to have a swan song. I make it go over an hour just so it doesn't spoil anything, and you are as excited as I am as we go through the entire playoffs. So Quinn Hughes on the first shot of the game gets a goal in his swan song here with the Huskies. He's been here for all 4 cups in a row, and he wants the 5th. So first period, 4-1 it ends. Eli Tolvanen adds the second, then Sheldon Marchand gets his first career playoff goal, and then Isaac Sutter also gets his first career playoff goal. So 2 firsts right there within a couple minutes, but then of course Mikko Rantanen, the captain, is the one to score for Dallas. I'm not sure if he's the captain of the Stars. He should be. Also to note that McClellan got pulled and Volk is in nets now. No consonants. It's kind of like Martin Firk, just Volk. And so that was probably about 4 goals. If it was 3, so we probably scored 3 goals on like 10 shots against him, or even probably 3 goals on 9 shots. Only the first 8 minutes. Yeah, that was tough for McClellan. But anyways, good to see our 2 rookies scoring their first career playoff goals just a few minutes, within a couple minutes of each other in their first ever period. Then Trevor Wong makes it 5-1. Let's go through this period. 6-1 as Sheldon Marchand gets his second. And let's just call it a day here in game 1, boys. Eli Tolvanen gets his second of the night. 7-1 victory in game number 1 of the 2033 playoffs. Ellis Anderson making 3 assists. I want to see Dallas's stats. Goalies here. So McClellan, oh goodness, 3 goals on 6 shots. And then Vilk made 32 saves on 36 shots. Can't blame him too badly, even though he let in 4 goals. But Ellis Anderson probably the first star. No, not even the third star. Sheldon Marchand the second and Eli Tolvanen the first, each of them getting 2 goals apiece. 7-1 victory in game 1. You just absolutely love to see that. I believe the season in San Diego is over. Yeah, sorry Lincoln Spooner, I can't hire you. I believe the season is over in San Diego. Yeah, we finished with a record of 44-17-7. Very nice. Gale Jennings, the rookie prospect that we got from the Ottawa Senators in the Carson Barker deal, leading our team in points. Very nice to see. Game 2 of round 1. Let's get it on. Let's just steamroll through this as fast as possible. First period, Skylar Pelech 1-0. Let's get through it. 3-1 after the first. Fred Menino, the defensive defenseman. And then Duke Silver as well. Straka scores 1 for the Stars. We're up 3-1, being outshot 13-9. Second period, oh goodness, 7-3. Reed Pitton, Bennington, Pelech scores twice. That gives him a 2-period hat trick as he scores 3 of our 7. Aho scores in the power play. Ty Ronning scores for the Stars, but a 7-3 lead. 7 goals on 21 shots. My goodness. McClellan's still in there. 8-3 now as Marchand scores. Call it a day. The guy, he's already dead. Just end it. 8-4 the final. Josh Hosang, the 77 overall, adds 1 for the Stars. 8-4 victory. 3 goals and an assist for Skylar Pelech. 1 goal and 3 assists for the captain, Duke Silver. And 4 assists for Ellis Anderson. We have scored 15 goals through our first 2 games. 7 assists for Ellis Anderson. Heading into Dallas at the American Airlines Center. Let's do it. Game 3 of round 1. Here we go. First period, 4-0. This is just sad. I'm sorry, boys. Especially McClellan. We're just destroying him. He didn't have the poise. He didn't have the numbers. That's why we traded him. 4 goals on 8 shots. Shannon, Pelech, Silver, Pitton just demolishing him. Giving them everything we have here. Second period, 6-0. Volk is in, and he lets in a couple from Pelech and Silver. That is now 2 on the night for each of them. 6-0. They kill off one of our power plays. Power play Dallas. Straka makes it 6-1, but again, boys, for the third straight game, I'm calling it. Throw in the towel, boys. 7-2. Reed Pitton scores twice. Barzal scores for the Stars. 2 for Silver, 2 for Bellick, 2 for Pitton. As you can see in the Stars here, they all had 2 goals and an assist each. 7-2. 22 goals we've scored through 3 games. Skylar Pelech has 5 goals and 9 points in 3 games. What a tank. And we are on the brink of sweeping the Stars. We've had very good luck in the first round our last few years. In previous NHLs, usually I find the first round is where I lose in 7, and then the other rounds are easier. First period, another early dominant lead, 4-0 through the first again. Shannon scored in the first goal shot of the night. Pelech, Perfetti, Pitton. Second period, oh my goodness. Volk lets in 3. Dubinsky and Kruger score on Bentley, but Silver, Shannon, and Tolvanen all scoring. Wow, I don't even know what to say. What an absolutely destructive first round. I remember last year in the first round, we scored a ton of goals, but this is just crazy. We're averaging like 7 goals a night here. Aho scores on Bentley, but we already know it's over. We are sweeping Dallas. Pitton again. Is that a hat trick for Pitton? I feel really bad for Mikko Rantanen. But wow, we just really brought it to the Dallas Stars in this series, shaming them on their home ice as well. 8-3 the final. We scored 7-7, 8-7, so I guess what's our average in the series? 7.5 goals a game, something like that. 2 goals, 2 assists for Pitton, 1 goal, 3 assists Perfetti, 2 goals and an assist for Shannon. The third line just coming together and getting it done as we win the first round definitively. 12 assists in 4 games for Ellis Anderson. Let's check out those stats here. So goals for, we scored 30 goals for, doubling anybody else's. Yeah, 7.5 goals for per game. San Jose not even close at 3.75. Goals against per game at 2.5. It was pretty, yeah, that's average, what we allowed. But power play percentage as well, 36.4% on the power play. It wasn't the last year, I believe we were like 80% on the power play through the first round. We were just crazy on the power play. But it wasn't the special teams that got it done this round. It was just pure goal scoring monstrosities. Starting by goals here, let's just look. Pelech had 6, Pitton had 5, Silver had 4. So 3 players were a goal a game or more through the 4 games. Eli Tolvanen, Quinn Shannon, and Sheldon Marshaw all score 3. And then the rest is just 1 or none. Ellis Anderson had 12 points, triple the amount of points than the games played. Pelech and Silver 10, Tolvanen 9. Just look at these point totals. How many people weren't a point per game? Only a few here at the bottom. Defense. Even Trevor Wong, I'm surprised. Only 3 points from him. But no worries from me on that. Nothing from Popovich or Kavanaugh. And between the pipes, Bentley, 887 save percentage. Not that great, to be honest, but 2.5 goals against average, 4 wins. I'll take it. Let me guess. Next round, we're taking on the Sharks, right? Our rivals and a very good offensive team. They're up 3-2 in the series against the Coyotes. They just beat them. The Canucks and the Avalanche are the other 2 teams through, so most likely it is the Sharks. In the second round, yes sir, the San Jose Sharks. If you have seen this series, you know our rivalry against the Sharks. I'm pretty sure all like 4, or at least 3 out of the 4 of our last 4 cups have included having to go through the San Jose Sharks, and we've had good success, but it's not going to be easy. There's always a question, a little bit of a doubt in your mind when you're up against Connor McDavid. Now at the age of 36, 93 overall, he has 9 points in 6 games. He's still getting it done. This season he had another 86 points to add to his name. A bit of a slower year from him, but still crazy nonetheless. Gabriel Mara, Alexander Holtz is here, Lakachev, McCallum, McGillney. Not many players are the same from their last few years, I would say. Holtz is new. Mara's been here for a little bit. Is Shabbat still here? Here, 78 overall, 36 years old. They have Markku Kerman. Oh, goodness. Now, that's a huge contract. They got Markku Kerman from the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, they signed him as a free agent. 61 points. Ooh, that's not good for us. That first pair is filthy. 88 and 95. And 2 offensive defensemen, though, so that might not be good for their chemistry, but who cares? Wow, Shabbat 78, Vakanainen's been here for a while, he's an 82. Nieuwendyk, Trouba is 39 years old, he's still playing. Big boy. Any scratches here? Not really. Chuskin at the age of 38. Between the pipes, is it Almfelt? Yeah, 83-year-old Hugo Almfelt. 83 overall, but don't let that fool you. He is Dominik Hasek with 36 wins this year, 45 the year before. 4-2-0 this season. He has a good playoff record. We beat them in the last couple seasons for sure. But yeah, we're going to see it could be 3 years in a row that we're going for here. So very strong top 2D. Besides that, pretty weak overall. Their first line is monstrous. Their second line is pretty solid. Their top 9 is good. Fourth line is respectable. Alexander Holtz, I believe he's a sniper. He should be at least. In real life, he's a sniper. I'm not sure if EA made him into one. 59 points this year. Two-way forward? Nah, but at least he has 5-star shooting. Bit of a younger San Jose Sharks that we're taking on this year. Jonathan Ang, 35 years old, but mostly young. So, round number 2, boys, taking on the Sharks. Nothing to touch in the lineup. I think we're good to go. It's Penguins, Islanders, Bruins, Sabres in the East, and then the other series in the West is Canucks and Avalanche at Diamond Head Arena. Round 2, Game 1 against a team that we know very well. Let's keep it rolling after that first round of dominance. First period, down 2-0, McDavid and Bowl. Second period, 3-1. Markku Kerman scores for them. Brendan Perlini, his first goal, playoff goal as a Husky. We're down by 2 here in the third period. It could be an interesting series, boys. Ellis Anderson brings us within 1. That's exactly what we want to see. But then McGillney restores that 2-goal lead, and we're down 4-2. We're out shooting them 31-27. Power play with about 7 minutes to go gets killed off. That could have been a deadly one right there. I think the Sharks are going to take it unless we have a late hero. That'll be it, boys. A 4-2 loss in game number 1 of the second round. Hugo Almfelt makes 36 saves. And we got to keep our heads up as we head into Game 2. We're still at home. Ellis Anderson, by the way, that was his first goal of the playoffs. 13 points in 5 games. Let's keep our heads up. Let's head into the second game and get a W, and let's make it a best of 5. We can't drop both games at home and go into San Jose down 0-2. First period, 1-1 game. Duke Silver and Tate Brower for the Sharks. Second period, 3-2 Huskies. Quinn Hughes and Quinn Shannon, the Quinn brothers. Nieuwendyk scores for the Sharks. We have a 1-goal lead here in the third period. 27-18 are the shots in our favor. 1 goal, but then Liam Foudy, let's say Jean-Luc Foudy. Liam Foudy, the fourth line center, ties this game up at 3. Halfway through the third, we're outshooting them by a little bit, 31-24 at the moment. This game's tied at 3. Who wants to have the game on their stick? Oh my goodness, and it's Ball. But then Cole Perfetti! Knees weak, arms are heavy. I'm about to vomit on my sweater already, that's for sure. McCallum with 1 second left. Right in front of the net, a mad scramble. With 1 second left. The Sharks win 5-4. 5 goals on 30 shots. 1 second left. Cole Perfetti just had scored with 2:54 to go to tie it up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That one hurts. Ay. And we are now down 0-2 in this series. Yikes. We need to win this game badly. Badly. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Saul Bentley, 874 save percentage. I'm not very impressed. His poise at 77, hasn't really been showing me much. Now, Stephen Beck. We all know Stephen Beck. He won us a Stanley Cup 2 years ago. Last season, he only played 1 game. He got 1 win. But the year before that, 2030, 2031, he came in relief of Saul Bentley, who was injured. Was it Bentley? I believe it was. And he ended up just keeping the starting role for the rest of the playoffs. He went 6-2-1 over 9 games, getting 1 shutout, 899 save percentage, and he raised the cup as our starter at that time. Next year, he only played 1 game, and this season, he's played no games yet. Do I want to roll with Stephen Beck? At like a 78, 79 overall, we called him up, and he did all that. Maybe at an 84, he's even better. I don't want to wait until we're against the ropes to put Beck in. I think I want to try Steven Beck. I know it's a bit shameful to say it's such a short leash for Bentley, especially after he let in that last second goal only, but still 9 goals in 2 games against and still a sub 900 save percentage. Let's go, boys. In San Jose, I'm giving the reins to Steven Beck for tonight. Don't let me down, boys. Where are the scores? Let's go. Ezra Pitt, what am I saying? Reed Pitton scoring. Ezra Pittis, where are you? Oh my goodness, the first shot of the game. First period, 1-1. Okay, Sheldon Marchand ties it up. 1-1. Second period, 2-1. Ezra Pittis, thank you very much. I gave him a little slap before the game, gave him a kiss on the cheek, and then a slap in the face, and he woke up. 2-1 Huskies. Power play Sharks right away, and they capitalized to tie the game up. That's great. Who got this penalty? Let me just, for my records, Kovanov, interference. Great. The fourth line, interference and then tripping. And then, okay, we scored. There we go. Duke Silver, shorthanded even. Let's go. Duke Silver. 1 goal lead with 5 minutes left. Whoa, and then we took it. Whoa, of course. I hate that the recording always cuts out. I need to fix the PlayStation always cuts out after 15 minutes. I need to make it like a half hour. But Cole Perfetti scored with 1:51 to go to put us up 4-2. Markku Kerman scored with 13 seconds left, but it was okay because we held on for that 4-3 victory. So good thing Cole Perfetti scored because that gave us enough to continue to hold the lead there. But huge shorthanded goal from Duke Silver. Cole Perfetti coming through. Markku Kerman, it wasn't enough, and we win 4-3 to get ourselves back in this series. Let's go, boys. Those are the 3 stars. Second and third line came through big time. We're down 2-1, but let's tie it up back at 2, boys. We're going to keep Steven Beck between the pipes, I think. He let in 3 goals on 27 shots, I believe. 888 save percentage with 3 goals against. You know what? Let's go back to Beck. I'm going to trust him again. Steven Beck, I'm giving you the reins once more in San Jose to tie this series up at 2 and make it a best of 3. That was a big third period win in the last game. We barely came out of the Shark Tank. Let's do it. First period, 1-0 Huskies. Ellis Anderson, that's all we want to see. That's all we want to see. Second period, 1-1 Lakachev ties it up. Shots are 22-18 in our favor. This is a big 20 minutes right here, boys. Let's go. Power play Sharks. We kill it off, thank goodness. We have 30 shots on net right now. Allenfeld just standing on his head. Let's go, boys. Come on. Both goalies are playing very well. Are we headed to our first overtime of the playoffs? And we are. 36-26 are the shots in our favor. 1-1 game. In San Jose, Game 4, Round 2, a goal for us ties the series up at 2, but a goal for the Sharks gives them a 3-1 lead headed into Game number 5. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Duke Silver wins the face-off, gives it to the other team. They have a rush that comes the other way, and then just one-timer in front. Beck totally out of position, just giving the whole side of the net open. And I think that was Connor McDavid that ended it. I believe it was the captain. Silver wins the face-off. Here's Tolvanen totally misreading it. The face-off goes straight to Mara. Here we come the other way. And then right in front, right to McDavid. In front, I don't know, I guess it's not terrible positioning, but yeah, it's not that great. That's how you're covering right in front. You should have been, hugging the post, good, but then you leave it wide open. Easy goal for McDavid, wow. 2 goals on 27 shots, you hate to see that. And we're down 2-1 in this series, boy. Hugo Allenfeld, 83 overall, a literal deity. How does he do it? How does he do it? 83 overall. My goalies are 88 and 84, and I can't catch a break. Bentley did have a good game, but still. I guess I'm going to go back. Sorry, Beck did have a good game, but still. I guess I'm going to roll with Beck. We got to win 3 in a row now. We've done it before, but we got to win 3 in a row. Pelech 6-5, Silver 6-7, Tolvanen 3-7. Pittis only 1-6. I might break up that third line. 1-5, 4-1. Could I put all these guys on the second line and still have a +5? No. If they put on the second line, it's a +1, which doesn't really make any sense, line fit or not. Let me see what I can do. All right, here are my changes. I called up Oleg Kygorodov from the AHL, making his NHL debut here. He has 5 points in 7 games in the playoffs down there in the AHL. Good defensive defenseman. I'm going to replace him with Sutter since I'd rather get a bit more of a defensive presence here. Popovich, he has the 4-star defense. His plus-minus is 0. Sutter's a -1, so I think I'm just going to try Kygorodov here, give him a chance in the NHL. Here, I'm keeping the +5 on the third line, but I'm switching just Pittis and Pittin. Pittis 5 and 4 in 8, Pittis 1 and 6. So maybe Pittis can be more of a playmaker for Shannon. I don't know. Just Wong can get some going with Pittin. I don't know. I'm going to keep the +5 on the top line. I don't think anyone else gets it a +5. That's the issue. I could put Trevor Wong. No, that wouldn't really make sense. So aside from that, boys, we're rolling like this. We're going with Steven Beck between the pipes, the second-round pick in 2027, 907 save percentage through 2 games. To continue the journey for 5 Stanley Cups and to tie the NHL record, a win must be had tonight. I need you boys to step up and show me the Huskies team that we know and love. Game 5, round 2, let's go. First period, 2-1 Huskies. All right, Ezra Pittis, he woke up, and Duke Silver. There we go. Mara scores for the Sharks, 2-1. Second period, 3-3. McDavid scores, and so does Lakachev. Kovanov scores down on the 4th line there. We're being outshot 29-19. This game is tied at 3. Boys, let's do it. This next 20 minutes will decide our fate. And if we continue to fight for a 5th cup, or if we go home and we go lie on the beaches of Honolulu, which one do you guys want? Cole Perfetti wants to go forward. Shorthanded goal for him. 4-3 Huskies early in the 3rd. He doesn't care that we're shorthanded. He still puts in the back of the net. But then Mara, of course. And then Marco Kerman. And then Jacob Trouba, the 77 overall, 39-year. It's over. Nieuwendyk. It's over, boys. Man, we haven't... Cole Perfetti? Cole Perfetti? Oh, Eli Tolvanen? Oh my goodness, we're going in. Oh my goodness, boys. I was ready to call it a day. We were down 7-4. But then Cole Perfetti and Eli Tolvanen brought this game within 1. Tolvanen weaving around. Get that puck, boys. Let's go. Let's go. In front. There's only a minute and a half to go. We went down from 7-4 to down 7-6. McDavid, don't let him do that. Beck makes the save. I think it was Perfetti and Tolvanen. I was in a blur. I know Tolvanen scored the one to make it 7-6. Pretty sure it was Perfetti who scored his second of the game, second of the period as well, to make it 7-5. But oh my goodness, I was ready to wrap it up and call it a day, but we still have life. 7-6 with just over a minute to go. Tolvanen to Silver. Put it on net, boys. The broken AI is really bad, but better odds of scoring. Oh my goodness. Better odds of scoring in here than scoring in the simulation, I think. But still, we're going to pull the goalie and then not even shoot on net, probably. Here comes Duke Silver over the blue line. We're pulling the goalie. Come on, let's set something up. Don't let them just walk in and shoot. Please don't let them walk in and shoot. Huge hit. Oh, no. Here they go. Walk in and shoot. Here he is. Oh, no, the goalie's still in. Okay, our goalie is still there. Here's Lakachev. 30 seconds to go. Turnover. Come on, Ellis Anderson. Please. 2-on-1. Pittin, what are you doing? And they pull the goalie now. Don't let him walk in and shoot. Okay, Menino turns it over. Okay, Lindback. Pittin, Wong. Please. You're the playmaker. Put it in. Sheldon Marshall. Shoot. Tips it. Side of the net. 11.3 seconds to go. Empty net. Does it get more dramatic than this? 11.3 seconds left. Oh boy. Goalie is pulled. The third line, the dominant third line is out with the extra attacker of Ellis Anderson. Let's go. Got to win this face-off. Okay. Are you a degenerate?
3 times now, and on the road it feels really good. Now you got a couple of goal lead here with the empty netter. That should be enough to put this away.
No words. Gabriel Mara shouldn't even be on this team. They went from like 13th overall pick to number 1. They got super lucky their draft year. Now that was disgusting. That was just sickening. And they finally did it. The Sharks took us down, boys. And just like that, the streak is over at 4 consecutive Stanley Cups. In year number 14, we go home in the second round to McDavid and the Sharks. Of course, no one else. Of course, a hat trick from Mara. What a night from Perfetti. 2 goals and an assist. The man who won the Conn Smythe last season. 7 goals on 46 shots against Steven Beck. Can it be that we just can't get a goalie on this team? Even when we win the Stanley Cup, our goalies have sub 900 save percentages. Can it be? Meanwhile, Hugo Almfelt is a monster. I should just get Almfelt to be my goalie next season. That's it, boys. That is it. I'm going to fix up the scouting and everything, and I'll see you once we have a cup champion. Also sent Kygordov back down to the AHL so he can continue helping out the Gulls in their postseason push. But just to note that in the one game that he did play in the NHL, in that Game 5 right there, he was a +2. Blues fire their coach. That means the season must be done, and the Colorado Avalanche are Stanley Cup champions. They win the double as well with the Cleveland Monsters, Calder Cup champions. They beat us in the Calder Cup finals. I think we didn't get swept. I think we went 4-1. We lost 4-1 in the Calder Cup finals down here in San Diego. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 4-1. We had a pretty good record, but the Monsters were a good team as well. Colorado Avalanche, Stanley Cup champions in the year 2033. Who do they have on their team? Of course, we know Jinkyo Chong is there, and they have Joshua Hua, 89 overall, 29 years old, 7th overall pick in 2021. He became a franchise monster for them. Jinkyo Chong, of course, the first South Korean in NHL history to win a Stanley Cup. He was over a point per game. Daniel Sprong, somehow, 36 years old, is an 84 overall and had 23 points. Okay. Austin Matthews at the age of 35 finally gets a cup. Braden Point at the age of 37 gets a cup. You guys are high overall for their age. Nolan Patrick at the age of 34. Jake Bean at the age of 34. This is crazy. This is a whole team of misfits coming together. And Jake Gensel as well. What? A former Honolulu Husky, an original Husky. 38 years old. He's bounced around the NHL. We traded him to the Islanders, went to Detroit, Buffalo, and now the Avalanche scored 40 points, and in the playoffs went 10-24. So Alex Formenton, Heponiemi, Brant Clark is here, Anaheim Ducks franchise mode, Noah Hannafin, 36 years old. So wow, it was a real team of players who just wanted to get a cup before they retired. Hannafin, Heponiemi, Formenton, not so much, but then Gensel, Bean, Patrick, Point, Matthews, and Sprong, all players who want to get on board for the cup. In nets, they have Sandro Tommy, of course. So that's a team with 2 created players. They have Sandro Tommy in nets, the Italian goalie, and then they have Jinkyo Chung on defense, the South Korean defender. So good for you, Colorado. Quite a journey to win a Stanley Cup. They beat the Hawks in 5, they beat the Canucks in 7, then they beat the Sharks in 6, and the Islanders in 6. The Islanders were a pretty strong team with Eddie Fontaine. Second straight year they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. They beat the Devils in 6, they beat the Penguins in 5, swept the Sabres, and then lost to the Avalanche. So let's check out the awards for this season. Avalanche win the Stanley Cup. We win an 8th consecutive President's Trophy. Avalanche made the Cup Finals. And like I said, the New York Islanders, not only is it the 2nd straight year that they make the Stanley Cup Finals, but it's like the 6th, actually I think it's the 7th or so straight season that it's just the Rangers, Flyers, Devils, and Islanders, all in the northeast of the U.S. Just the best teams in the East come from that little region in the Northeast. So Metropolitan Division really getting it done. I think it's Metropolitan, right? Individual awards. Massimiliano Bio wins the Art Ross for the 2nd straight season. Rory Cherry wins the Hart. I think it might be his first. I'm not sure, but it's been a while since he's won it. James Norris goes to Jinkyo Chong, breaking Ellis Anderson's 7 or 8 James Norris streak. Lady Bings goes to Zadina for the 2nd straight season. Calder goes to Elliot Hoffman. Conn Smythe to Roy. He was their playoff performer. Vezina goes to Gustafson for the 2nd straight season. Makes sense, but not really because he's 83 overall. Jennings as well to Gustafson, Masterton to Hayes, Jack Adams to the coach of the Canadians, okay, Selke to Keenan Johnson for the 4th time in 5 years, Ted Lindsay to Rory Cherry, and Maurice Richard to Massimiliano Bio for the 2nd straight season. In San Diego, we have Gregoire. He won the equivalent of the James Norris. Really? Okay, that's nice. Gregoire wins that for us. But yeah, in the NHL, I don't really get, the one thing I don't really get, well, there's many things that don't make sense, like the Jack Adams and the Masterton, but the Lady Byng, Zadina, back-to-back Lady Byng Memorial Trophies. How many penalty minutes did this guy get? He got 8 penalty minutes. What about this guy over here, Michael Gotch? He got 4 penalty minutes. If I look at the entire NHL and I say minimum 40 games, you know what, minimum 50 games, and I sort by penalty minutes, the least amount, look who's down here. This guy Spence. Look at this guy. He played 82 games and he got 0 penalty minutes. 0 penalty minutes. Look at that, 97 discipline. What a good boy, just working hard, a good Canadian boy. Then you have all these guys all with 2 penalty minutes. Sebastian Genze, let's go to minimum 60 games. Even minimum 60 games, they're still all here. All these guys with 2 penalty minutes. There's many guys with 2, many guys with 4, many guys with 5, a ton of guys with 6, including some of our own players. Then you have Zadina who has 8 and he wins it for the 2nd straight season. And how many did he even have last season? Last season he had, he had 12 penalty minutes. Meanwhile, last season, if you go look over here on the Huskies, you have a guy like Eli Tolvanen, who last season, how many penalty minutes did he have to Zazina's 12? He had only 8 and 6 this season. In the last 3 seasons, he has gotten a total of 24 penalty minutes. Does that make sense to you? What am I saying? 22, 8, 8, and 6. 22 penalty minutes over 3 seasons, and then Zadina's winning the Lady Byng. What's the calculation behind who gets it? I know for the Jack Adams, it's for a coach that goes over his team's label. If your team is a rebuilder and you end up making the playoffs, that, you know, you've overachieved, you win the Jack Adams. But what do you have to do to win the Lady Byng? It doesn't make any sense. Let's sim up to the draft, boys, see the retirements and all that. Draft lottery, Detroit keeps number 1, Columbus goes from 3 to 2, Carolina from 7 to 3, Boston drops 2 to 4. Nothing too wild in those picks. We're hoping that the Ottawa pick becomes something good for us next season. Retired players, let's see who's calling it a career in 2033. Definitely some big names coming in. Oh my goodness. Connor McDavid, only 36 years old, still a 94 overall. Calls it a career. Makes 0 sense whatsoever. That's the earliest I've ever seen him retire, I think. 1,688 points. He was just sick of it down in San Jose. Kuznetsov, 1,259. Nylander, 1,173. Larkin, over 1,000. Man, all these guys over 1,000. Kyle Connor, Jake Gensel, and Max Domi, 2 former original... Sorry, just Jake Gensel, an original Honolulu Husky. But Gensel and Domi, 2 former Huskies who did some great things with us. They both call it a career with over 1,300 games played and over 950 points each. Wenberg, Duclair, Tuck, a lot of big names here in the NHL. Jakub Vrana, a former Husky as well. He put up 752. Andre Kesa, who was a Husky for a very brief time here for 19 games he played. 6 points in 19 games. We traded him away, and then he continued to go on a tear, scoring 50-plus points all the way till he retired pretty much. Sammy Blais was also a Husky for a brief period. He retires at the age of 37. He went to we traded him to the Canucks. Yeah, he played 2 seasons with us. Pretty good playmaker, but he definitely blossomed on the Predators, scoring 60, 70-point seasons. Hey, here he is, Dominik Kubalik, a former original Husky, age of 37, down to a 72 overall. How the mighty have fallen. He was good. He had some good seasons. Well, actually, I've seen him have really good seasons, but I guess he didn't simulate very well. We had him for 3 seasons, never put up more than 36 points or 22 goals. We traded him to the Hurricanes. He didn't do much. His best season was 45, 56 he had with Winnipeg one year, 63 in the AHL. Yeah, tough times. He fell on some hard luck, Kubalik. Sorry to see. Vorobyev, he was our 4th-line center for a season or 2. And that's pretty much it here, boys, for the forwards. Big forward retiring class. Goalies, Thatcher Demko at the age of 37, 356, 221, and 51. A good career for him. Jussi Saros, Montembeault. But man, Connor McDavid out of the picture is a huge plus for us in the Pacific Division. So that's it for the retired players. Congratulations on all your careers, boys. And McDavid's also a coach now. Great. We'll still have to face him on the Sharks. I'm not sure if they'll sign him up as a coach. I don't know why it says his name in brackets with the Sharks, because he's not signed by the Sharks. He's available for anybody. On the Huskies, no retired coaches, thankfully. And on San Diego, no... Oh, yeah, Joey Freeze. He retired. Doesn't really matter. All right, and here we are at the draft. So just to recap on our point totals for the playoffs, to just cap it off, Ellis Anderson, man, 17 points in 9 games. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players who were a point per game or more. Then you had Shannon Hughes at 8. Wong didn't really show up, I guess, as much as you would think he would, but he still had 6 points in 9 games, which was great. The plus minuses were okay. It was just, I guess I'd blame the goaltending, I think. We scored a lot of goals. I think I blame the goaltending in most of the games. Bentley did not perform well. Beck was not great. He was okay in 1.5 starts, but was not great, and that's what did us in, boys. So we need to figure out what are we going to do moving forward. So moving into next episode, we have to remember that I don't know, to be honest, I would be okay with ending the series here. In terms of the full sim of year in, year out season draft playoffs, I would be okay stopping it here and then just powering through the next 10 seasons in a final 1 hour compilation video like I did for the Anaheim Ducks series. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Now that we've lost, there's nothing really much to go for. We would try to win 5 cups in 6 years. But let me know your thoughts on that. But either way, regardless, we are moving into a draft and an off season where we have to figure out what we're going to do. Our draft pick, I believe, will be at 31st overall, regardless, since we won the President's Trophy. Actually, 27th overall. So we picked 27th, and we have 2 second-round picks from Dallas and Florida, which are pretty valuable. We're picking at the late 30s, mid 40s, and so 27, and then mid 40s and mid 30s around. So 27, it would be something around this, maybe Quinton Lee we could get, but nothing too crazy. Low elite Lindback. Then in the mid 30s, it'll be something around this area. There are some good possibilities here, some good top 6s. And then around 40, that low elite is there. It would probably be something around this, maybe Aiden Komisarek. It wasn't really a great year for scouting, to be honest. I have a lot of guys who are stuck at 2 bars. Some years the scouts just don't want to tell you what they know, which is a bit of a buzz. If I were to trade up, there are some really good prospects here. Like Cizikas, our scouts say he's number 1. Our scouts say the order is 2, 5, 4, 3, 1 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 5 of these guys look like they're going to be monsters. Great point totals. Teemu Selanne similarity, similar to Brent Burns, similar to Selanne, similar to Goulet, similar to Nicholas Backstrom, all putting up great point totals as well. This guy, 8+ league, 25 points. 8+ league as a defenseman. Two-way D who put up 22 points in 55 games. Pretty solid for a two-way D, similar to Brent Burns, like I said. So maybe I could trade up for somebody here, but they're all NHL ready, and I don't really have room on the NHL squad. That's the problem. It would have to be for someone like this guy who's still 3 years away. That's someone that I would probably trade for, or even this guy, 3 years away, similar to Theo Fleury. Concerning the team itself, looking at our expiring deals, a guy like Quinn Hughes, we don't have the money to retain him. We have $6.05 million in extension dollars, or even in just re-signed dollars, so Hughes will be gone. Binnington, he's likely going to move on. I don't think he'll want to re-sign for the 4th line, nor do I even know if I really want him. Binnington wasn't great. He's been with us for 3 full seasons now. Never put up more than 28 points. This season was a bit disappointing. Kovanov's probably going to walk. Actually, I'll try to get Kovanov back. He does want the extension, and he won't cost a lot. Yeah, I'll try to get Kovanov, but Lapierre, I'm not sure. Perlini, no. Gregoire, I'll work on all these guys, all the prospects and everything. And 4 goalies, Bentley, man, I don't know. Do I trade Bentley? Do I keep him costing 6.6? I don't know. I'd be down to get a better goalie, but we've run through a lot of goalies in this franchise mode. To be honest, actually, next season Guy Supre is going to be called up. Yeah, we need to finish off by looking at our progress reports. I forgot to look at the progress reports. So yeah, Quinn Hughes is down 20 overall points, down to a 90. Perlini down to 79, whatever. Marchand's up to an 84, which is great to see. Perfetti's at an 86. Goalies here, 88, 84, yeah. But in the system, especially especially looking at Guy Supre. He's at an 82 overall. I don't know how he didn't tear up the QMJHL. He only had an 891 save percentage, but he's going to be at the very least, a backup next season. Maybe he grows to like an 84, 85, and he's a starter next season. Who knows? Meanwhile, we have Krevchenko, who's definitely going to be our minor league starter, but the bigger question is just in the NHL. What are we doing between Bentley, Beck, and Supre? Supre guaranteed is in the NHL. Is it Bentley or Beck who is moving? Bentley is better than Beck, but he costs a lot more, and Beck's numbers are quite similar, if not better, to be honest, in some ways, even though it's a smaller sample size. Looking at the rest of our progress reports, Kuparainen, low elites up to a 76, Rabbit is up to a 70, Krevchenko 72, like we said, Guy Supre at an 82, Cyrus Korea at a 65, Nylander 76, Jennings up to a 78, which is nice, so on and so forth. Lane Quick likely to make the NHL, Sutter is still going to be on our NHL squad. So a lot of questions moving into next season concerning our lineup, especially for defense, I should say, because forwards is pretty much set. For defense, as of now, the plan is to go Anderson Lindback, Menino Popovich, and Kaigorodov with Sutter. But Quick will want to make the NHL, so that could be an issue there. Maybe Quick is depth, but I don't know. We'll see who makes the cut and who possibly gets moved. So that's it for this one, boys. The 2032-33 season comes to a close, moving into the year number 15 off season. I think this is a pretty decent spot to end off the series and just to do a full finish video. As I said, like I did with the Anaheim Ducks, where we sim to 2044. We make note of all the awards and our record and everything we've ever done. So I'm looking forward to doing that. The question is, when is it going to be? I was down to do another season if we were going to go for the record of 6 cups, but after we won 4 in a row and we lost this one, I don't really know if it makes a lot of sense to continue doing this series full on as we've been doing it, because it's July, it's the end of July, start of August. A series takes maybe about 2 months to do, and NHL 21 is going to be coming out in the fall, in October around, so August, September. It's around that time to start making a new series. So please let me know your thoughts on that, as well as how the team should look moving forward. Maybe not only for this season, but for seasons down the road. So, of course, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, putting out lots of NHL, FIFA, and SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated content. But of course, NHL is the bread and butter here. So I hope that you enjoyed it. It was a tough playoff run, and we're going to gear up and keep going, whether it is in a full sim video or continuing the series with the 3-4 episodes per year. That is what I need to hear from you, so I look forward to reading your comments. Make sure to leave your sacrificial gifts before the statue of Kyle Wood. We probably forgot a few of us to do that before this episode, and that's why we didn't win the cup. No Kyle Wood and no Stanley Cup. Makes sense. We didn't have him in the depth. So we'll have to hire him as VP of Hockey Operations or something, but either way, I will see you in the next one.